Did you really think they were going to let us go up and to the right forever? Yesterday, Bitcoin had a big retreat, repull, retrace, whatever you want to call it. Ethereum did a little bit, held its own pretty well. Altcoins 5, 6, 7% or plus down. And a lot of people say it's because of Scott Borsen's commentary about not buying Bitcoin. I don't believe that whatsoever. The real reason for the retreat yesterday, and I said this in yesterday's video, was that the PPI print. So I said if PPI comes in hot, you're going to see crypto pull back, retreat, retrace. And that's exactly what happened. It was short term, short lived, because now we're on the way back up. Hopefully it could be a fake out and then break down, or we could have a continued with the cycle. So these things need to happen. So before I get into all that, remember, every day in crypto is an adventure. Join me along for this adventure. Hit the subscribe button now, like, share, do all those things. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you think that it is something different than that, please let me know in the comments down below. And with that, let's get into it. So first, let's just tell you that Bitcoin yesterday had a pretty big retreat, retracement. You know, it was about 7%. I mean, it was pretty significantly. We went from a high of almost 125 all the way down to about 117. There's a CME gap here that mostly got filled, so that's good news. It didn't get fully filled, but it's about, I don't know, 90% filled. That might be enough for the crypto gods. Not sure. We'll find out. And then we're heading back up right now. I mean, we're bouncing around, but still heading back up on the 1 day. If you pull this out to, let's look at the 4-hour candles. We've been kind of bouncing around, but the overall trend, let's pull out the regression tool, looks pretty decent. Now, as you know, that can all change quickly. But we are heading up. We are kind of bouncing around within this range since Sunday. We were on the way up. We shot up. I mean, Sunday was just crazy. And then Monday evening, I'm sorry, not Sunday. Gosh, where's my head? Wednesday, shot up on Wednesday, and then came back down Thursday. Here we are on Friday. We're coming back up. So hopefully we can press past this, continue our way up. A lot of that, the momentum that we had, it tuckered out, and then it just took one event or two, you can say, that kind of pulled us back. Now, on the Scott Borsen thing, he came back and later clarified that they still are going to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but they've always said from the start that they're not going to go out and buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Now, I know there's a bill, Senator Loomis wants to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, but the point of their reserve that they said is worth 15 to 20 billion, which means someone sold a bunch at the end of the last administration. But the point of that is that they're not going to sell that. That's locked up. And that's good. That's good news for crypto. And they're going to further acquire some through net neutral means of not purchasing, but maybe acquiring, trading of assets. Who knows? That's going to be discovered, going to be looked at. But Ethereum also pounced off against, I wouldn't say all-time highs, was pushing up against all-time highs, retraced a little bit, but not nearly to the degree. I could be wrong. Before I eat my words. Here's the retracement. So yeah, it was about the same as Bitcoin, but it's already bounced up a good considerable portion. So it did retrace a good amount, but we've also bounced back up about most of the way. We were at 46.41, and it bounced down to about 44.50. And so Ethereum's had a nice retracement. Ethereum is the golden child right now. If you look at the Bitcoin, where is it? Dominance right now. I mean, Ethereum is blasting off. Bitcoin is coming down. So Bitcoin's dominance is about 58%, 58.8. Ethereum is up 3 more points to 13.9. I mean, we're almost 8 points down from where Bitcoin's dominance was. At the peak high was around 65. So what is that? 5 to 7. So 7.2% lower on Bitcoin's dominance, and Ethereum's gained a lot of that share. And so we're seeing us get closer to the alt season. Here we go. Alt season is getting closer and closer. I mean, we're not in alt season technically yet, but the rotation is happening. Bitcoin is rotating out into Ethereum, but Bitcoin's still rising, just probably not going to rise as fast. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Ethereum is rising quickly, and that money should divest into alts. That's the theory. That's what's happened in the past. But Ethereum right now is the golden child. I mean, it's all over Wall Street. Tom Lee is the new Michael Saylor of Ethereum. And, we're seeing moves in Ethereum. I mean, it was 1,500 back in April, and now we're at 4,600. It's just gone up astronomically. So that being said, I mean, right now there's, we're approaching altcoin season. You're looking at the fear and greed meter. It's we're still in relative, let's see here, relatively neutral territory. We're in neutral territory in the fear and greed, which tells me that this market has room to run. Now, could it pull back in the short term? Of course. We had that PPI print. It scared people, even though PPI is not going to be a major determinator in what happens with the Fed. It's not a major one because the jobs numbers have been revised downward. We've seen a revision in the CPI numbers, or not a revision. The CPI numbers have come down as well, and the CPE, the core consumer price expenditures or consumer price index to CPI. And you look here, this is the CME Fed Rate Watch tool. And right now you can tell that the market is betting on at least a 25% cut. Now, this has changed. The other day, this was flip-flopped. We had a 5 or 6% chance of a 50 basis point rate cut, and the rest was in the 25 basis point rate cut. So the market is swinging back towards a potential of no rate cut. And that would be what it is. That's not going to kill our market. It's just going to prolong it, in my opinion. It's not going to kill it. It's going to prolong the inevitable. I'm telling you right now that the Fed is pushing up against, they have dissension in the ranks. They have one person who's resigned. Kluger resigned that I think his name is Shiner is going to replace them for the interim period till December. That was Trump's nominee. Hopefully he gets him in before this September 17th meeting, because that would mean that there would be not just 2, but 3 dissenting votes out of the 12 total votes for the Fed. We'll see what happens, but this is going to be the major next piece of news. Yes, there's going to be CPE data. There's going to be more PPI data. Is there going to be PPI data? There's definitely going to be CPE, definitely going to be jobless claims, ADT. There's going to be a lot of macroeconomic news between now and then, so pay attention. Don't get fooled. This market still has room to run, in my opinion. I could be wrong. With that, I'll see you next time.